They say the bush stays in your blood, no matter how much cold hate you breathe. From the dusty ridges of the Diamantina to the mud of the trenches. This is for the ones who traded the saddle for the steel. Redliners, kick it! I've lived my life in the open air with the dust and the heat and the flights. I've ridden the plains and the mountain ranges underneath the western skies. But the call has come for the young and the bold to cross the rolling foam, to fight a war in a distant land far away from our island home. Yo, I live my life in the wide open air with the dust and the heat and the flies in my hair. I've ridden the plains where the horizon bleeds, on the backs of the restless the iron will sleeps, underneath western skies where the silence is gold. But a new story's riding a fate to behold. The call has come for the young and the bold to leave the sheep stations and the stories untold. Cross the rolling foam where the salt spray stings, away from the comfort that the outback brings, to fight a war on a distant shore, far from the island into the roar. Moleskins and leggings, sweaty, old and torn. I discarded them for the glory of a khaki uniform. From a stockman to a soldier, with a rifle in my hand, I'm off to fight for the empire and to save my native land. The branding iron and the drafting gate, I've left them all behind. The lowing of the restless herd still echoes in my mind. But I've swapped my spurs for a bayonet and my saddle for a pack. And there's many a lad from the outback stations who never will come back. Yeah. The branding iron's cold and the drafting gate shut, left the red dirt tracks in the bark roofed hut. The lowing of the herd is still rings in my ears, echoing back through the dust in the years. But I swapped my silver spurs for a bayonet blade, trading the timber for a trench digging spade. Swapped the leather saddle for a heavy duty pack, knowing deep down some of us ain't coming back. From the outback stations to the frontline fire, crossing the world through the mud and the wire. The dust of the pattern, it's the smoke of the gun, the heat of the midday, the war to be won. We're trading the sunlight for the flash of the shell, taking the bushman's heart straight into hell. Moleskins and leggings, sweaty, old and torn. I discarded them for the glory of a khaki uniform. So here's a health to the bushman in his leggings and his hat. May he find a bit of shade somewhere and a place to roll his mat. And here's to the boys in the khaki who are fighting far away. May they soon return to the land they love at the breaking of the day. So here's a health to the bushman, the king of the scrub, drinking one last beer at the township pub, in his leggings and his hat, standing tall, standing firm, facing the lesson that he's yet to learn. May he find a bit of shade where the wattle grows thick, and a place to roll his mat, let the memories stick. And here's to the boys in the khaki dress, finding their courage in a foreign mess, fighting far away where the world's gone gray, waiting for the light at the breaking of the day. Can you hear the magpies calling from the wire? Can you smell the eucalyptus through the fire? The ghost of the drover is marching in step with a secret for the ages that the inland kept. They say the land is a mother, she never lets go, even when the winter starts to bring the snow. From the Gallipoli cliffs to the sun's deep mud, we're watering the soil with Australian blood. But the spirit of the stockman, it never can die. It's written in the Southern Cross up in the sky. We're the redliners, baby, we're pushing the limit. The Empire called and we're deep down in it. From the sheep shearer stand to the soldier's grave, this is the price that the brave man gave. We traded the rain, we traded the rage, for a world that is broken, for a world that is dread. Moleskins and leggings, sweaty, old and torn, I discarded them for the glory of a khaki uniform. From a stockman to a soldier, with a rifle in my hand, I'm off to fight for the Empire and to save my native land. The saddles are empty now. The dust has settled on the plains. But the names are etched in stone. Don't you ever forget where you came from, Sir Tonino. Signing off. See you at the breaking of the day.